Everyone, welcome today. Now, I'm going to talk about the Sony Bravia 8 version 2. This TV just launched late last week from Sony. Now, I'm going to compare it against the brand new Samsung S95F. Both TVs are Quantum Dot OLED TVs that you can actually buy this year now officially. Samsung's S95F is already technically on sale. I've already announced the pricing. It varies depending on the size you're going for. But the Sony, it's officially now all out for pre-order. So if you're interested, you can actually start pre-ordering the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II. So let's talk about the sizes of these two TVs, which suits you better. If you want more size option, obviously you will go for the Samsung because the Samsung comes in four sizes: 55, 65, 77, and 83 inches. The only sizes you get from Sony is two sizes, and this is 55 and 65 inches. I'm a bit worried and concerned about this because all these years I've expected Sony to have improved on size options. It's not a difficult process. They are already making the TVs. They should have different sizes, especially bigger sizes for consumers, but they clearly don't want to do this for consumers, which I don't think is a very, very good trade about the company. But then again, let's list some of the other things you can benefit by getting the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II. First of all, this new TV is very slim. At least one thing they've done correctly this year is that they made this TV very slim, and it does have this PS5 feature, which makes it a very, very good gaming TV. The only major thing I will say is that if you're not a gamer, this might now be more or less a coin toss between the two because you have to start looking at other major features like the softwares and everything internally with each of the TVs. Now you get one connect box with the Samsung. You don't get that with the Sony. You get anti-glare coating, the glare free 2.0 with Samsung. But for some reason, you're not getting any anti-glare tech with the Sony. Now, both TVs have Wi-Fi, the latest Wi-Fi. The only problem I have with Samsung, which is a bit odd, is that it's still coming with Wi-Fi 5. They're still coming with Wi-Fi 5 while you get Wi-Fi 6 with the Sony, which makes it a better option in terms of speed and reliability when connected to the internet. Both TVs have Bluetooth support. Both TVs have Bluetooth support, but then again, refresh rate is now where the big deal is at. Samsung has 165 hertz of refresh rate for the brand new S95F flagship TV. You do not get that with the Sony, or actually, you really don't get that with the Sony at all because it's still limited to 120 hertz. You get the XR processor with the Sony. You still get the more flagship NQ4 AI Gen 3 processor with the Samsung. Now, both TVs have four HDMI connections at the back. The only problem now is that the Sony comes with two, at least the two out of the four comes in with the HDMI 2.1 standard, while all four you get with the Samsung are all HDMI 2.1 standards. You can easily see Samsung is almost beating out Sony in many respects now. It's getting you more benefits in features in general. You get auto low latency mode support, quick media switching support on the Samsung. You get that, but you will lack quick media switching on the Sony. You will lack quick media switching, which is very important. In fact, you'll even lack filmmaker mode on the Sony, but you will get filmmaker mode on Samsung. So that is what you need to know. Both TVs are not 3D compatible, so you're not going to get 3D. Now, as for sound, this is going to be interesting. You have Dolby Atmos support on both displays. You get Dolby Atmos support on both displays. The problem you will now have with the Samsung is it doesn't support DTS. It doesn't support DTS of any kind, but you get DTSX and regular DTS HD master audio support with the Sony. So it's very, very important. And now, in terms of high dynamic range support, you get HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision with the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II. The Samsung, on the other hand, only has the regular HDR10, HDR10 Plus, and HLG. It doesn't have any support for Dolby Vision. So till now, there's no support for Dolby Vision. But regardless, these two displays are fantastic. Inside of the Sony, you get the MediaTek Pentonic 1000 chipset inside. You get Google TV. Version is 12, Android 12, literally, or Google TV 12. You can get all the updates over the internet on the TV. You have Chromecast, you have Apple AirPlay, you have HomeKit, you have Voice Assistant, you have Disney Plus. All the apps are available on the Sony. Um, Similar to the Samsung, but the Samsung doesn't have Chromecast, and it doesn't have HomeKit. You only get Tizen, the latest Tizen 9. But other than that, these are the few differences between these two TVs. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little analysis for you guys. If you're interested in either one of them, these are the little differences you will get between the two before you go and buy anyone. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us here. I'll see you guys very much next time.